Welcome everybody to WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020 as we have our first actual shows after the draft. Well, our first full shows with the draft. As far as the rosters go, I'll go over that after the two shows, just so they'll be surprised on who's in each show. But then I'll go over the rosters for each show afterwards, just for if anybody's interested, who got totally pulled over. But before that, a quick, reminder. What I'm doing is during the month of January in game at least is doing the year-end awards. So I already had the best male wrestler, best tag team. Now we're doing best women's wrestler of the year. Gail Kim doing all Nikita Kalt. Trisha Sky had the title 2 times. Kalt won the title at the end of the year and also was, WCW World Women's World Tag Team Champion for a decent amount of time. Johnny Devine was women's champion and had dominant run. Gail Kim, was one of our top heels. So, whoever you think deserves it more, just vote for it. And there we go. So let's get on with the show as we're in Madison, Wisconsin for Nitro, and the announcers put over that we have a big-time opening title match as Nikita Kalt does the first of her defenses, assuming she wins, of the WCW Women's World Championship against Celine Cartier right now, as it gets to 68, and then we head to the ring, and this is a very good back-and-forth match, because it's Nikita Kalt and Celine Cartier. These are two very good women. Cartier is another former Women's champion, and she looks strong here. She does brawling and some big power moves against Kalt. Kalt does her technical stuff back, some big suplexes, and the match ends when Cartier goes up for the Celestia V, aka the air raid crash, on Nikita Kalt. Kalt shifts her weight, turns it into sort of a modified cutter, and then she rolls it through, hits a first backbreaker, and then with Cartier sort of hurt, she pulls up Cartier up to the second rope, and boom, icebreaker, backbreaker from the second rope. Pinfall, basically clean victory. 1, 2, 3, your winner, and still WCW Women's Champion is Nikita Kalt. This gets a 75 to open things up. Celine Cartier gets a 78. Nikita Kalt gets an 89 because she's great. Match got the crowd buzzing, and Kalt's getting better at her gimmick, which is a positive. And then Kalt takes the mic and says, "This was just the first challenge that I easily won. You see, I did not defeat Trisha Sky. I did not win the ladders match to lose this title on the first time I'm on Nitro. So, this is a message to everybody on either roster, on Nitro or Revolution. This is my ring. This is my title. And you, if you can learn with me, you'll be reminded why I have ice in my veins, and I will not give up this title without a vicious fight." So solid, us promo here, 81. As we move forward, as the answers, put over, we have a big matches tonight, including AJ Styles versus simply Johnny Devine of the Chosen Few, and your friend and mine, Bill Goldberg, taking on Alex Wright in a big main event. And we get backstage where Borash is with Jeff Jarrett and simply Johnny Devine, as Borash asks, Jarrett about Devine basically softening up AJ Styles, and Jarrett says, "Slapnuts, do you think we're going to give away our plan to you right now while AJ Styles can listen? Look, simply Johnny Devine is getting that match tonight because he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Because of course he is, because he's my chosen few. Mark Jindrak is over on Revolution. I wish all the best to him, but he's on Nitro with me. Simply Johnny Devine is, and tonight you're going to see why this man was one of the first men I picked to be one of my chosen few, and why he will shock the world by showing AJ Styles as nothing but the flash in the pan he always will be. And yes, after I'm done with him, if AJ Styles survives Clash of Champions, at Superbrawl, I will become the next world champion and prove why I'm the chosen one, and I am the leader of the pack here in WCW. Solid promo, only 4 minutes, 82, as we move forward here. And then, okay, I probably should have added a little bit of heat, but, so this is a big tag team, big cruiserweight singles match, as Reckless Robert takes on Matt Sydal in the ring. Back and forth match, quick, high-impact stuff. But near the end, Tracy Roberts distracts Matt Sydal just long enough for Roberts to come from behind, hit a low blow, hit the Northern Lights 2K1, 1, 2, 3. Big win for the former cruiserweight champion, as this gets a 49, Sydal gets a 56, Roberts gets a 55. Good stuff. Obviously getting the pre-show, pre-show malice there. But 49, still not the worst. And post-match, Roberts and Tracy celebrates as Roberts makes title belt motions looking for a rematch for his Cruiserweight Championship, as that gets a 46. Moving forward, we got backstage where A&W are here, and, they're drinking some beers, and, basically, surveying the scene here on Nitro, as then they run into Evolution with Flair, Lashley, and Cesaro. Flair says, welcome to Nitro, the top show in WCW, and boys, if you want a challenge, I've got the quickest rising team in the business today. And they'll throw you around, thrash you, out-wrestle you, and prove that you may be former World Tag Champions, but these boys are the next evolution in this business. And Harrison Storm's like, hey, you want to fight? That's fine with us. But we've been 4-time World Tag Team Champions for a reason. And after we beat you, and he points at Lashley and beats you, Cesaro, you can blame your manager for BSing you up. And sorry about your damn luck if you don't like it. So 62 solid stuff here. Unfortunately, we got a bad roll for Flair and a bad roll for Harris, but still not the worst thing. It's a little bit of face versus face stuff here still, as we continue. As we have Jamie Knoble coming out to the ring with the TV championship, as he says, when I won the television title against Cannerson, totally on my own, of course, lots of boos, because Mark Jindrak basically, caused Jarrett to Cannerson lose the belt. I showed why all of you in this building, in this godforsaken northern state, should respect a southern man like me, a true champion, who will show all of you why this belt was one of the most respected in the world before losers got it. I'm going to bring you back to the days of Arn Anderson, William Regal, and other greats. Q, up in the sky, 619. Alcon Jr. up to the top ramp, and, Noble surprises, hey, what are you doing out here? Well, Jamie, you want to talk being the best in the world, about titles, about proving something? You see, I've won lots of championships here in WCW. Tag team titles, Cruiserweight championships, the WCW World Championship. But you know what belt I never had around my waist? Practically what's going on. The television champion. So, Jamie, you want to prove you're the best in the world, man? Get in that ring with me and beat me and keep your title. Noble says, Ray, you think you're something special, son? You think something special? You're a masked geek who screwed up his world title reign and now is trying to get some revenge on your loss by taking this belt off my waist. Well, you see, if you don't ring with me, Ray, you'll have two choices at the end. Tap, or here's some bone snap. And after you're done with that, maybe I'll just take that pretty little mask off your face. There we go. Guess we have a little bit of a TV title feud between Jamie Knoble and Rey Mysterio Jr. This gets an 88 because these guys are both really good and fun stuff. And then we have the tag team women's division on display here on TV as first Roni Jonah and Lyla Vivaz come out, and then out comes Captivation of Lexi James and Desiree Dawkins with Lizzie Dumas on the outside, and it's a back and forth match. As the answers put over what they've done on Revolution, but here on Nitro they're going back and forth, and it's a quick tag match, but you sort of see that Joni and Lyla have some tag team experience together, as Lexi James and Desiree Dawkins are a little bit matched, and quickly, Lexi goes for a Lexi DDT, but Roni blocks it, is able to sort of hit a big Northern Light suplex, and then tag in Lyla Vivaz. James comes, tags in her partner, but Desiree Dawkins is a little bit of too much star plug. She runs into the corner. Roni Jonah hits, James with a big drop kick center of the ring. Vivaz rolls up Dawkins, 1, 2, 3, and gets a big win here on Nitro with a 60. Lyla gets a 48. Jonah gets a 40 as we're building them up still. Desiree gets a 54. James gets a 58. But as the babyface is celebrating, in comes Lizzie Dumas, and it's a 3-on-2 beatdown for a couple minutes, including. But as Lizzie Dumas goes up for the moonsault, big pop as Trisha Sky music hits, and she comes out and makes a save. Ooh, this only gets a 55 because I probably rated everybody. But good stuff as Trisha Sky, brings up the babyfaces, and we have a little bit of a feud here on Nitro. And we go backstage where Alex Wright is by himself, in the backstage, and says, Bill Goldberg, I'm not going to make the attack you think I am, because I'm not going to do that low. But the reality is, yes, you have been great in this company, but you've never battled the best, because I am the best. I came this close to defeating Canyon at Starrcade, and now he's gone. But in this ring tonight on Nitro, I will out-wrestle you. I will show you why I am this Wonder Bar. And when I pin you to the mat or make you submit, I will make it obvious to everyone that I am the man. 83, not bad. Big main event later tonight with Goldberg and Wright. And then we have a backstage promo where Jerry Rorash is with Nikita, who of course have arrived. Stacy Keibler puts over their Nitro, but their goal is the same: win back their tag team championships. They lost during the tag team turmoil, and they will dominate just like they did over in Revolution here in Nitro against any competition they want. And then comes the Truth, and he basically cut this out one competition. He beat them 1-on-1, 1-on-2, because he's going to show you that the Truth is Stacy. You're nothing. Insert bad joke about her doing some business with Japanese men against 2006. What can you do? And that gets Kyo upset, but she holds him back, and basically she says, "If you want to face my men in the ring, that's fine, but you're outnumbered and outgunned, Truth." So 80, decent stuff. As we have a little bit, I guess possibly of a feud here. Who knows? And then, okay, this is great. Hey, AJ Styles, good wrestler, turns out. But yeah, this is a back and forth match. Devine doesn't get squashed here. Like, obviously, AJ's our world champion, so he looks good. As the answers, put over that, it's, impressive that AJ's coming out here, as he should be focusing possibly on his opponent, Clash of Champions, Sean O'Haire, over in Revolution, but here on Nitro, still wrestling, still battling. And eventually, Devine gets to look good and gets a little bit of, offense in and shows up. But, eventually AJ Styles is our world champion for a reason. He nails the Styles Clash 1, 2, 3, and gets a pinfall victory here on Nitro in an 86, as Styles gets an 86, Devine gets 71. Honestly, this could have probably main evented. But as, of course, Styles, is announced as winner, in comes, Jeff Jarrett, but AJ is ready for him, and he's actually avoids the guitar shot, as sort of like, Jarrett hits air. Styles nails him with the Pele kick in the corner, sends to the outside, but then Devine comes in, and it looks like there's advantage as a 2-on-1, but, as they go for a sort of like, double clothesline, Styles like under, nails them both with forearms, sends them both out to the ring, and stands tall as the crowd pops. Fun stuff. As, AJ looks like a strong face champion, and the heels have to take a powder. And, this is okay. Like, I know heels look weak here, but, they can get rework themselves, as Styles focuses on possibly his world title match at Clash of Champions on Revolution. Then we cut backstage as Brother Ray is in Eric Bischoff's office, as he basically says, "Eric, you've disrespected me. You said you were giving me a chance, Kidman, at Starrcade against Kidman, but after I lost, you waited pick after pick to pick me." And Bischoff's like, "Yes, I did, because you failed. I gave you opportunity, and you failed. Do you think I was going to reward you for that? If you want respect, it has to be earned." Brother Ray's like, "I fought Jeff Jarrett and his cronies for months. I was in one of the best world title matches in years at Bound for Glory. You said I still need respect from you, Bischoff? From you, you piece of..." And Eric's like, "Special, remember, I'm in charge here." And then in comes Jonathan Toro, and, Brother Ray says, "What the hell do you want?" Well, and Jonathan's like, "It looks like you have a problem, Eric, and I want an opportunity to prove everyone that I can still take it to anybody in this company. So give me a match against Brother Ray, and let me show him that you should have picked it all. You should have picked me, Jonathan Toro." And, Ray says, "Don't you have some cause? Don't you have somebody dressed up as a gladiator or something?" Toro says, "I'm still leader of a Roman Empire, but I will remake myself in my own image after I kick your ass, Brother Ray." So it seems like we have a match next week set up for Nitro, Brother Ray versus Jonathan Toro. Then we have an interesting match as Lance Storm comes out versus Tajiri. And here's the thing. He wrestles completely clean. Like, no cheating, no keeping holds on. Like, he actually gets like a crossface in early, but Tajiri gets to the ropes and he breaks completely clean. Tajiri fights back. He doesn't actually throw the mist. It's back and forth. Tajiri goes for the buzzsaw kick. Storm takes over and then eventually hits the super kick and locks in Katie Maple Leaf right in the middle of the ring and gets the clean victory. This gets an 80 because these guys are both great. 87, 67. And, crowd's still confused. And afterwards, Storm extends his hand. Jerry, looks down at it, looks around for, an attack, but he eventually shakes it and then, sort of stalks away. And the crowd is still confused as this gets a 68. Fun stuff as we're moving forward here on Nitro. And then we have sort of a backstage segment where the Nest are in the bowels of the ring, it says. And, Morgan is there, in Raven's ear as he says, weeks ago, a challenge was put forth to us by Morningstar, but he is not here, and he will not be punished for his transgressions yet. But once he is found, he will be reminded that he is my servant, and he has to trust in me, not the message. But without him, the Nest needs somewhere to fly. The Nest needs a new retribution to go after. The Nest needs to destroy. And we will make our presence known sooner or later. Because no matter where we go, chaos reigns. No matter if it's just me or others, you will see something beautifully chaotic. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Not my best, but, still sort of setting things up as this gets a 77. Fun stuff. Then we get sort of what's sort of made up as a local commercial, with sort of badly dressed up versions of various babyface wrestlers, and them obviously cheating, to win, and then we get voiceover saying, are other wrestlers taking your wins away that you deserve? Are the wrestlers, do you need backup? Do you need protection? Then contact Tomko Protection. So this little fun gimmick as, Helms is on the other show, Tomko's on Nitro, so we need to find someone else new to protect, I guess, as this gets a 67. And then we get our Revolution recap focusing on, that Kurt Angle guy. He showed up on Revolution. 69, good stuff. And then Goldberg, 74. Then our main event, which is either going to be a surprising 90 or a 77. Okay, not bad. Not enough selling. I mean, it's Goldberg. You don't have to sell. So, this is an interesting match because it's Goldberg and Wright, but Wright's not a small guy. He's smaller by mid-90s WCW standards, but he's still he would probably be Luke Tower everybody in NXT or something, or AEW. So he's smaller than Bill Goldberg, but not as small as you'd think. So he gets the bad one fight, but Goldberg outpowers him. So Wright has Wright goes after his knee hard, and that's sort of the middle portion of the match. It's just Wright sticking and moving, hitting him with drop kicks to the knee, trying to take him down. Obviously cheating. Battling, punching, kicking the back neck of his neck, and Goldberg outpowering him. And eventually what happens is, Wright actually gets him down and locks in the STF, but Goldberg powers out of it and then hits the spear. But before he can go for the jackhammer, Wright rolls out of the ring and, Goldberg chases him. Wright tosses a chair into the ring, but when he gets back in the ring, Wright is ready to roll in, grab the chair, and just wallop Goldberg right with it, right in front of the referee. Obviously, he calls for the bell. It looks like that's what Wright wanted. This gets an 88. And as Goldberg is down, Wright goes to work and just drills Goldberg with several chair shots right to the knee before the officials finally come out and break it up. But Alex Wright has sent a message here on Nitro. He has taken out Bill Goldberg and possibly given him a severe injury to his knee. 91, okay, actually better than I thought. Again, this random 100 actually, I thought this would be good, an 85, 90. But yeah, good stuff here. And we sort of we're pushing some things forward, building the women up, sort of some new feuds, some interesting angles. So I'll be back in just a moment with the Aftermath, Raw, and then we'll move on to Revolution. All right, and we're back here. So no real other news. We had, ICW, I think, had a change in Booker, so we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so fun stuff. So let's see here. we got a 2.12 for our show, and here's something interesting you have to figure out, as Jericho is now a babyface. So I guess his own jerks turn on him. I don't know. I'll see what the game does as far as like his stable. If it doesn't fall apart pretty soon, I might have to like go in and fix it. But here we go. As for the show, Thrash defeated Adam Jacobs. Crash Holly defeated Carlito Cool. Yeah, Collar's not quite over enough yet. Viscera. Okay, so yeah. Juvitos made his debut and immediately dropped to Viscera. I mean, he's getting 74, so that's not bad. We had Jericho, then we had Steven Richards, Sandman, and Maven defeat Fit Philly and the Outcast by DQ in a 76. So this could be sort of interesting as an undercard feud. Big Show defeated Joey Matthews in a squash in 92. Chris Jericho defeated Vampiro, Rick Steiner, and CM Punk. That's sure 4 men in a match in 89. And your main event, DX 2.0 of Shawn Michaels and Skyfall Kaiblon, aka Eric Paris, defeated Batista and Diamond Dallas Page in a 95. DDP got 57. Okay. Yeah, I mean, DDP is way past his prime, but yes, there we go. 88, and they got a 2.22. So good stuff for them. So yeah, that's it from now. PW had a show. Pitbull 1 defeated The Miz. Sure. Nothing really of note here. Christian Nowinski is wrestling there. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. All right, it's now time for Revolution, and we start out with a big opening as at Freedom Hall in front of 14,000 people, out comes Chuck Palumbo and Magnificent Martin Jindrak, along with Raven Rain, to a big hill response. As of course, last week, Mark Jindrak made his, sort of debut on Revolution after being drafted there, helping Chuck Palumbo beat up Macias in their part of their big match. And now here their opening show. And unfortunately, I forgot Jindrak's not that actually good a promo. He was being helped by Jarrett, so that's unfortunate. But we'll roll with it here as we start out with. Also, I think I rated most of these people, so maybe I just shouldn't rate people's on overness anymore. That's probably something else I shouldn't have done. Oh well, shit happens. What can you do? Anyway, Palumbo starts the show, says, "Listen up, Revolution. You saw what happened last week, and it was a reminder of, you can think I'm down because I lost the world title to AJ Styles, but I remind everybody why I'm leader of the Revolution by bringing in a great man like Magnificent Mark Jindrak. So I, along with Raven Rain here, show everybody why we're still going to be the most dominant force in this business, no matter what you like. You see, it's about history, it's about power, and it's about respect. We go way back, as you all know. We battled against each other, we battled alongside each other, and we both tasted gold here in WCW. We're not strangers to success at all, and together we can have a greater success." And Jarrett Dexman says, "That's right, Chuck. I am magnificent. And with my buddy Chuck Palumbo, we'll be even better. I was once chosen, but now I'm simply magnificent. And Paul London, even Teddy Long, had to acquiesce and give me a rematch against you at Clash of Champions for that United States title. So you got lucky at Starrcade, but that title's going to be back around my waist, where it belongs. And that's going to be the start. Because to get tonight, we got a big main event. AJ Styles, Sean O'Haire, you'll face magnificence in all its glory." And Palumbo takes the mic and says, "That's right. You see, AJ Styles, Sean O'Haire, in 2 weeks against each other, hell, less, you'll be standing across the ring with the World Championship on the line. Which should be, my World Championship, but we'll go back to that sooner than later. Because me and Jindrak, we're a well-oiled machine already. But Sean O'Haire, you have to be thinking, why does that guy Styles have the World Championship that should be around my waist? And AJ, you have to be worried that O'Haire isn't with the opportunity to gain an advantage before Clash of Champions. Meanwhile, me and Jindrak are focused on one thing: remind everybody that we are going to dominate this show. And hey, Macias, you got in our way. There's no spookiness, there's no darkness, there's just competition and the best. And you are lacking. This is our show. This is our revolution. You better damn believe it. Because the game has changed, and we hold every card in this business. 72, unfortunately, like I said, rated Jindrak. I think I shouldn't have rated these guys over, so I think that was the actual problem. Shit happens, what can you do? Still not the worst, still not the worst thing. And then we come back for commercial with Teddy Long coming out and says, "This business is about great matches, competition, and battling you to the best. And right now, I'm proud to announce a big tag team match, triple threat match, with the winners getting the tag team championship shot at Revolution. So please welcome the following members of the tag team division here in Revolution. First, coming from Nitro, they're part of the cruiserweight division there, but now they're going to be competing for the best. Out comes Prince Jose and Luke Skipper, and then two men have their own interest. The also interest is tag team gold, and out comes Gym Tan Wrestling, and then finally, Hardy's Boys Music Hits, of course, because they were drafted, and now it's players, get ready to fight. 76, good promo, basically setting up, the big triple tag match. And this is a back and forth tag team match. All three teams going after each other. Seeing Skipper hitting big planches and back and forth moves. Roman Rossi flying around, Scintillators and brawling. Hardy's, doing Hardy stuff. Whisper in the wind. Double teams. Big super kick. Hardy going off the top. But as things are going on, Gym Tan Wrestling hit a few big double team moves, but Hardy's coming in and save. Things break down, and as the ref is focusing on Gym Tan Wrestling on the outside, as Skipper is going after them, or as Jose is going after them, somebody slides in the ring. It's Jason Jett, and he comes through. He turns around Matt Hardy, nails him with the moneymaker, and that allows Ian Skipper to pick Hardy up, drop him with the overdrive, and as the ref slides back in, 1, 2, 3, a big upset here, as Prince Jose and Alex Skipper are your number one contenders to the tag team champions on their first night on Revolution, with help from Jason Jett. This gets an 81, Rossi gets a 53, Santa gets a 52, Skipper gets a 57, Jose gets 64, Hardy gets a 93, Jeff Hardy gets a 99, of course, and good stuff. And, so Hardy did some wild dive that almost killed him, but was a huge pop. And post-match, Jose and Skipper celebrate. This gets a 53. As we in the background, the Hardys heading to the back, chasing after Jason Jett. And then we go backstage, where Amy Weber introduces Kanyon and welcomes him to Revolution. And he's former world champion, and, one of the newest members of the Revolution roster, Kanyon. And Kanyon says, thanks, Amy. It feels good to be here on Revolution. The reality is here, over Nitro, for the past year, I've battled lots of competitors, had great matches, had great moments, but I needed freshening up. I needed something new. But, in case you don't remember, this is who I am. I'm a former WWE World Champion. I made it at Starrcade. I've been in the ring with the best this business has to offer, and I beat them up. I've been part of some of the most memorable moments in WWE history, and now, well, that's just the beginning. You see, it's a new chapter in my career on Revolution. Lots of competition, including men who I haven't faced in years, other men I haven't faced at all, old stars, old friends, new enemies, who knows what could happen. But I'm here to test myself against each and every opponent. Whoever wants to get in the ring with me will have to be granted one thing, though, and that's one simple reality. You're going to need to expect the unexpected. You're going to expect a wrestler who never backs down from a challenge, who never shies around for an opportunity to prove that he's the best in this business. And everybody in that locker room, every wrestler on the Revolution roster, understand this. Nobody's better than Kanyon. 100, this was kind of tweaking things, but, Kanyon got drafted last week, but it was on Nitro, so this is his first chance to be on Revolution, and we'll have to see what happens as far as the Revolution roster. Good stuff. And then we're in the ring as Ray LePen makes his way to the ring, and he takes the mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, many people have talked about a new era here in Revolution after the draft. And yes, I'm here on my own, but I'm here to prove that I am the biggest international star Revolution has. And I want somebody to come down to the ring so I can show off how great I actually am." There's a moment, and then out comes Chavo Guerrero to a pop as this gets an 83. Good stuff. And then Ray LePen, back and forth match, but it's quick, and Chavo goes for a brainbuster, but Ray LePen goes low, sends Chavo into the corner, and then he hits his finisher, which I forgot what it is, and I'm not going to look it up. And he drops Chavo, and in a little over 5 minutes, gets the big win here on Revolution in his debut. Holding the tights, of course, because he's heel. Looking at 69, nice. Chavo gets 72, looking at 74. No storyline, but that's just a way to introduce Le Pen and give him a win on the Revolution roster on his own. And Le Pen celebrates to a 68. As the intro put over, he might be a big, he might cause a ruckus here on Revolution. That's Rosa Ruckus. And then, we cut backstage where the Hardys have caught up with Jason Jett. And, he seems to be like, you don't understand, guys. I had to do it. And they're like, why the hell do you have to do it? Because this. And then in comes Cash, who attacks both men. And there's a beatdown before WCW officials pull them off of the Hardys. And it looks like Jason Jett and Cash are together here on Revolution. Okay. 82, fun stuff. And then we cut back into the ring as Kurt Angle's music hits, whatever it is going to be here. Obviously, we can't do metal, but probably some, slightly twisted reason. And big pop as, he's still in his suit, because he hasn't made his in-ring debut. Big face pop, crowd chants, Angle. And he takes me and says, thank you. When I came to WCW, I knew I was stepping into a world of absolute intense competition. We got former world champions like Canyon, Chuck Palumbo, and Sean O'Hare, each one a formidable opponent, each one a challenge I'm eager to take on at any time. But we got rising stars like Jack Evans, Austin Aries, Sonny Siaki, Ray Le Pen. These guys are featured in this industry, and looking forward to see what they got. But the question that has to be on everybody's mind: who will be the first man to meet the challenge and get in the ring with a wrestling machine against Kurt freaking Angle? Big pop for that. And then Shane Helms' music comes in, and to a big heel pop, he comes down to the mic, comes down to the ringside, and gets the ring and stands right across from Angle. And he takes the mic and says, Kurt Angle, WWE's newest darling, the belle of the ball, the man who thinks he's special because he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck, right? Well, Angle, let me remind you of something. This is my company. This is my ring. I came from the bottom here, and I rose to the top. The greatest United States champion of all time, and former world champion. So you need to show respect to the people who have helped build this show, instead of just coming in and thinking you can run things. Because that includes me, Shane Helms. Angle sort of looks over Shane and says, respect? Shane, respect is earned in that ring. As far as your accomplishments go, I respect what you've done, even though we both know, and these fans know, they weren't done exactly cleanly. But let me make one thing crystal clear, Shane. In this ring, I don't care about past titles or accolades. You don't have to give a damn about my gold medal. What you have to give a damn about is when I get somebody in an ankle lock and make them tap the hell out. So Shane, you say you're the greatest U.S. champion of all time. That's impressive, but I'm an Olympic gold medalist, Shane. I faced and defeated the best in the world all over. So if you're looking to prove yourself against the best, then step up. I'm right here, standing right across from you. Shane sort of chuckles and says, the best? No. I've faced the best, Shane. See, you might be an Olympic gold medalist, and you may have done a lot in other places, but this is WCW. In this ring, I don't just break ankles, I break careers. If you're looking for a challenge, then look no further. You want to face the best? Then be careful what you wish for, Kurt. And, Angle says, you want to test yourself against an Olympic gold medalist, the best in the world, you get it. But remember this, when you step in with Kurt Angle, you're going to get a match, you're going to get a wrestling lesson, and that's damn true. Then Shane fires back, basically saying, Kurt, stand with your Olympic gold medalist and talk about wrestling lessons and all you've done. Let me educate you about what I've done here at WCW. I've stepped in the ring with legends, Big Daddy Cool, DDP, and they're gone. I kicked them in the teeth and sent them off to greener pastures for themselves because they were unable to keep up with the likes of me and the rising generation here at WCW. And when I talk about world champions, Canyon, Rey Mysterio Jr., Rob Van Dam, I faced them all. I defeated the best this company has to offer, Kurt. Anything you intimidate me with your credentials? This is my world, WCW. This is my world, Kurt. WCW is my damn domain. Anchor fires back. It's your domain? Well, as I was signing my contract at WCW, I was watching Starrcade and I saw Bill Goldberg spear in your ass and pin you. Shane fires back, yeah, Goldberg got better than me at Starrcade, but everybody has an off night, and it's nothing bad to lose to one of the best of all time. I don't need backup. I don't need anything, Kurt, except what I've got in my own, except my own skill. I just need one brief moment, one brief opening, and I can make it a nightmare in Helm Street for anybody, even Olympic gold medalists who went out with a broken freaking neck. And Angle's, I've been ring the best wrestlers on the planet, Shane. I've been in Olympic finals, world championship matches, main events of pay-per-views that in front of 60,000 people. A Nightmare in Helm Street, that sounds like a walk in the park to me. But if you think you're up to it, let's make it official. I'm going to make my debut in Clash of Champions, and if you want to be the man on the other side of that ring, we can do that. Shane? And, says back, you want official, Kurt? Fine. At Clash of Champions, I'll show you and everyone else that Shane Helms is not just a former champion, but a future champion. And all your accomplishments before you got here in WCW won't mean a thing when you're looking up at the lights, wondering what just hit you. And Angle says, it's not just about making an impact, Shane. It's about how you handle the pressure when the spotlight is the brightest. And it's damn true at Clash of Champions. I'm going to make you tap the hell out. Stare down, and there we go. 99, good stuff. And yeah, there's your big match in Kurt Angle's first match here in WCW facing Shane Helms, which, makes sense if you've watched the series, but maybe if you haven't. And then we have an in-ring match as Rob Van Dam, destroys Ryan Drago up from our developmental in 2 minutes 5-star frog splash, and he's like, this is total cocky, late heel ECW era Van Dam, basically like brushing Drago off, throwing him around, eventually hitting like the Rolling Thunder, then the 5-star frog splash in the ring, 1, 2, 3. This gets a 74 total squash, as this gets a 90, and Ryan Drago gets a 53, so not bad as we're in the Southeast. And, in the ring, Paul Heyman takes the mic after the win and says, ladies and gentlemen, my client, Rob Van Dam, once again proved he is the number one wrestler in the world and the main attraction here on Wednesday night. And I will advocate for him to rise back to the top, because men like Chuck Palumbo, Mark Jindrak, Macias, AJ Styles, Sean O'Hare will never be better than the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. And Van Dam points to himself, and it was closing up. Jack Evans' music hits, and he comes out to the top of the ramp. And Jack, takes Mike, says, Rob, you want to talk about competition? You want to talk about the best in the world? I've faced the toughest competition in the world, and I beat them, shocking everybody. Cue, screams of the teenage fan base. So, Rob, my dance card is empty, and your dance card was empty, because you're not getting a world title shot yet. But why don't you get in the ring with me so I can shock the world again? Just like I beat Eddie Guerrero, I can beat you in that ring. And, Paul, tries to brush him off, but Rob says, man, that's fine. You're actually reminding me a little bit of me when I was a young kid. But I'm going to teach you a lesson of respect, and that you're not on the level of Rob Van Dam. So, when you're getting down with a Van neighbor and getting pinned, remind yourself, you chose this. So there we go. Another little match and feud set up for pay-per-view. Yeah, are you figuring out that I only had 3 weeks and 1 week of build was the draft? But 86, good stuff, as it's, Evans isn't terrible, and Van Dam and Heyman, sort of things, held things together here. And then we cut backstage where Amy Weber is with Gail Kim and Allie Danger, as, Kim and, Amy Weber asks, about their future plans here in WCW, now that, the women's division is split up, and they're here on Revolution. And, Gail Kim says, it doesn't matter whether 1 show, 2 shows, or 27 shows. I'm still the head bitch in charge of this division, and I've got my protege Allie Danger beside me. Starrcade was disappointing, and I'm not going to deny that, but we have to move on to bigger and better things and expand her horizons. And what I was reminded of when I was looking around WCW was that there are another set of belts that we can go after. Nikki Radcliffe, Annie Vidal, you were a fun little dresses, you look good for the cameras, you go to the hottest clubs, but you never face true competition. So you want to put those belts up against actual competition, then face me and I'll danger in that ring and remind you that why I'm a multiple-time women's champion and why this woman, as Alexander just taps her, hitting his shoulder, is the future of this business. 67, not a bad promo as we move forward. Sort of, possibly set something else up here. As comes the ring, as Keith Walker's coming down for his match, out of nowhere, Austin Aries jumps the rail and attacks him, sends him into the ringside area, so throws him into the ring. The referee checks on him, says, do you want to stop the match? Keith shrugs it off and goes, is ready for the match as Aries comes in. And, Aries continues to attack him. Walker tries to get some offense, but eventually Aries goes low again and hits a big, sort of modified brainbuster and gets a pinfall win here on Revolution in his debut after attacking Keith Walker from behind. This gets a 46, Aries gets a 55, Walker gets a 55. Not bad, but really short. And obviously, this is a night where I sort of pissed off some of my mid-carders because I gave Aries and up in wins, but you got to build people up after all. Could be better, but not the end of the world. And then afterwards, Aries takes the mic and says, "What you just saw was a beginning, a reckoning, a reminder that I am the future of this business, and Keith Walker, you're nothing but trash. I am Double A, the best Double A in the business, and I am that damn good. And every week, if I have to, I will go into the ring and wreck shop and remind everybody why I'm the hottest, not cruiserweight, but the hottest wrestler in this business today." 54, not a bad sort of heel promo, but moving forward, I think, right, okay. So, we're backstage as Teddy Long catches up to Jason Jett and Cash, asks him basically what the hell's going on, and, Cash says, "Teddy, both me and Jett were left behind. We were tossed to the side, only on TV when you or Bischoff needed to make somebody, quote-unquote, look good. But reminded, we just can't make people look good. We can be good. We're both former champions. And together, we're money." So, what tonight was, it was a reminder to everybody in the back just how great we can be. Teddy Long says, "Fine play. You want to prove how good you are? Well, Hardy's asked me for a match, and I'm going to give it to you. So Hardy's versus you two at Clash of Champions. Playa." Jett, steps and says, "That's fine. Because after we defeat the Hardys, you won't be able to deny our place on Revolution anymore." 72, good, not bad. And, sort of sets things up. And a big women's title match as Nikita Kalt takes on Angel Fox. And, Fox looks good. Because, she is a former women's champion. Of course, when the women's roster was smaller and at the beginning. But, she was, some would say, stuck with Captivation for a while. And now she's on her own. And she's battled. But, Kalt is really good. She ties Fox up. She throws her with gut wrenches. And she even, almost locks in the, hits the icebreaker. But Fox barely gets her foot on the ropes. She goes for the, oh god, I forgot the name of her submission finisher. Ice Turner Veins. Completely blanked on what it was. See, this is what happens when I don't do things for a little bit. I forget people's finishes. Anyway, she locks in a submission finish, but Fox barely gets to the ropes again, and Kalt is upset. When we see Busick, her partner, he was union, gets up on the apron. The ref, sort of gets upset about it. But, it looks like Kalt's going to take advantage of that. But Fox actually nails her finisher. But Kalt is able to barely get her foot on the ropes. And as Fox goes for her finisher again, Kalt, hits, is able to maneuver it into a roll-up and puts her foot on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Nikita Kalt barely gets out of Revolution with the Women's World Championship. As it gets a 78. Kalt gets an 88. Fox gets a 71. But post-match, Fox takes the mic and says, "Nikita, you got lucky. I was your toughest competition yet. And that I was this close to taking that title off of you." And Nikita fires back, "Yes, and?" Angel says, "I want a rematch at Clash of the Champions so I can take that title off of you." And he, Kalt says, in her icy way, "You lost. I defeated you. Why would I face you again in that ring when I proved I can beat you?" Fox is like, "Because if you're really a champion claim to be, you want to prove it. You want to prove that you just didn't get lucky, and I couldn't have beaten you. And yeah, you can have your excuses. You've had to defend the title twice in a week. You just had a ladder match a couple weeks ago. But you can't deny, I almost had you. Call. And Nikita basically says, I'm not listening to reason. And Angel, a little frustrated, says, fine, Nikita, you want a reason? If you give me a rematch, and I can't beat you at Clash of Champions, I'll never challenge for the women's title as long as you're the champion. And Kalt says, fine, I accept your challenge. But remember, you asked for this. At Clash of Champions, I will not just defeat you. I will end your dreams of ever becoming a women's champion as long as this belt is around my waist. And this belt will be around my waist for as long as I want. For all line. And Angel Fox says, fires back. Confidence, that's fine. Remember, it's overconfidence could be your downfall. Clash of Champions, I'm not fighting for a title. I'm fighting for my pride and remind everybody that I'm just not a second-tier wrestler. And he finished off saying, your career, your pride, your future, it means nothing to me, Fox. I am the WCW Women's World Champion because I am the best, and I destroy everybody put in front of me. At Clash of Champions, I'll prove it once again. Prepare to lose everything you hope to gain. Stare down, and with another big match, Angel Fox versus Nikita Kalt in a rematch, as it gets an 81. I believe this next up is the main event. Yeah, okay. Oof. That was not good. This was not great. What happened here? I am curious. Okay. Yeah, bad announcing by their coordinator, low inconsistency. Okay. Yikes. Okay, let me just do a little bit of math here. 81 overall, 87, so this should give him 84. So this is gonna hurt. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yikes. Well, this could have been worse, but the actual match is good. These guys are both all great. Palumbo's good. Jindrak can do his heel stick. O'Hare can toss people around. And, early on, it looks like Styles and O'Hare are working together well. But, as the match gets lower, there's a little bit of tension as O'Hare fights on, doesn't tag in Styles, but eventually has to tag Styles in. He does his hot tag stuff, firing back. And, eventually it looks like, they're going to get the big win. But Palumbo and O'Hare, Palumbo and Jindrak break him off again. Things break down. And then to a big pop, Macias comes out, and after Jindrak has come in and whacked O'Hare with a foreign object, in comes Macias, who hits a huge choke slam on Chuck Palumbo, allowing O'Hare to recover, pick Palumbo up, drop him with the Widowmaker, as Styles has taken out Jindrak on the outside to stop him from getting involved. 1, 2, 3, a big win over the former world champion by a former world champion and the number one contender to the world championship at Clash of the Champions. This gets a 77. Like I said, Palumbo got an 83. Jindrak got a 78. Styles got a 94. O'Hare got an 80. And the show finishes 87. Okay, so we got saved by Angle, Helms, and Canyon. So not the end of the world. Again, match is not great. Angle's good. But hey, that's pro wrestling for you. Yeah. Not the end of the world, but yeah, I'll have to think of, the announcers, hopefully once they get their bonus for working together, and it's not like Shivani or my other announcers are terrible. I'll have to pull it off. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second with the rest of the news and everything else going on. All right, so post-Revolution, we've got some news here. So first, opinions I forgot to look over. Jamie Knoble thinks Strength Throw is turning into a good worker. Okay. Arnie Anderson thinks Matt Sydal just started making. Look, I got plans there. Don't worry about that. Alex Wright changed his style to comedy wrestler, but then I had him change right back to regular wrestler because, right, you're getting a push as a main event heel. Don't fuck it up, buddy. Jindrak thinks Angel Fox is pretty good in the ring. Sure. And yeah, that's about it. So storyline-wise, we have challenges everywhere. So actually, I might take Celine out of this. This is at a 77. Not Resting on Laurels at an 81. Captivating Nitro, which is sort of our undercard women's fed promo, is at a 60. Dangerous Challenge, which is Wright Goldberg, is at an 85. Never Noble is at a 79. Respect Needs to Be Earned is at an 84. Storm Shift is at a 72. Ultimate Opportunities, which is our undercard cruiser, is at a 60. Angle's first match starts out at an 89. Expanding Horizons at a 60. Money Men is at a 76. New Effing Show is at an 88. Surprising Challenge is at an 86. Thrilling Darkness is at a 78. And Whose Glory is at a 90. So fun stuff. But yeah. Let's see here. So around the wrestling world, well, first let's go to WWE. They had SmackDown. SmackDown had some pre-show stuff. Rick Concino defeats Savio Vega. It's funny, Savio was just here as a jobber. We had Mafia Mac defeat Nick Densmore. Devon DuBois defeat LA Smooth. Sure. We had Road Warrior Animal and Streets of the Suburbs defeat the It Crowd of Funaki, Val Venus, and Mark Henry. We had Billy Gunn defeat Allison in a ladder match in 72. The Undertaker defeat Rikishi in a random 87. And of course, as is tradition, a random 100 for no reason as Lesnar and Benoit defeat Regal and the Gladiator, aka Mike Awesome. Awesome getting 81, so at least he's not that much better over there. And yeah, as I noted, they did end the Jericho's Jerks after he was turned face. So yep, that's good for them at least. At least the game figured that out. It's sort of funny that it just sort of ended. I mean, I might have to, I don't know. That might be interesting to figure out. But yeah, that's it for WWE. So as, I think I'll just go over this first since it's sort of the biggest thing. So New Japan had their big dome show. Let's go over it. So we had, Tetsuya Naito defeat Shibata. That's two Younga boys. We had Kentaro Mori defeat Macho Pump. Sure. We had Instant Une and Psycho defeat Grand Nanawa and Flying Kid Ichiwara. Blitzkrieg defeat Kagetora. So Blitzkrieg getting 72s. He's somebody who I might bring back eventually, but maybe not. Leatherface defeat Rob Rage. Sure. We had Tajiri Mitsuki, Murakami, and Lenny Lane defeat the Funsker, Yoshino, and Demikin. So 72, perfectly good undercard match. Yoshino is really good. We had Asuka defeat Hugh Morris. There we go. We had Super J, Bam Bigelow, and Neo Ogawa. That's team defeat Mr. Wall Street, Jeff Beer, and Candido. Again, there you go. Fun stuff. Gedo and Jiro defeat Brother Yashi and Jin Kawai. I can't say that name. Retain the junior heavyweight tag titles in 75. Kevin Nash defeat Nakushi. That's sure a match. Jushin Liger defeat Chris Hero in an 85. Yeah, if you want to know why Hero's not available, he's like one of their top cruiserweights or junior heavyweights. Choni defeat Hasi in a 63. If you notice, New Japan currently has like an aging roster problem. Babu defeat Tanahashi to retain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title in a 95. Best match on the show because Tanahashi's Tanahashi. Hopefully, maybe the game will actually push him towards the main event now. Saki defeated Nagata to retain the Junior Heavyweight title in 82. And the main event was Tengoji defeated Bat to retain the tag title. So there you go. Honestly, they should probably push like these guys in singles, but I don't know if that'll actually happen or not. 90, good show for them. Like, but we'll see how the game actually does. Let's see here. Outside of that, you know, if we go to our dev feds, including signings, which are sort of be spoilers. So let's see here. Christmas Chaos. I think you guys saw. No, yeah, I totally. Did I go over this? I forget. No, I totally did. So they Wazoo TV, which included Hot Stuff Hernandez defeating Lance Hoyt. So these are two guys who have added to our dev roster. They have some talent. We'll see if they pan out. We had Brian Drago defeat Rick Michaels, Cassie O'Reilly and Onyx defeat Todd Bullitt and Kenzo Suzuki. Kenzo's doing all right. And we had Austin Creed, Lazarus, and John Phoenix defeat Ray Gordy, Todd Sexton, and Jimmy Rave in a tables match. Fun stuff. And then for the weekly house show, Austin Creed and G. Perkins defeated our newest signing, Brian Danielson and Brett Major. So, Danielson was in here as a freelance, and he was doing nothing there. Like, if he was getting, like, regular work in Japan, or in the Indies, I might have not signed him. But then somebody, as part of their winning the Mayhem Tournament prize, asked me to sign them. So I gave it till the end of the year. I turned him to a regular wrestler. I did freelance, and I signed him up. So here he is in Wildside. He won't be up immediately or anything, but, you know, he won't be down here a long time, probably. With Tony Jones, Ken Suzuki defeat Kurt Stallings and Hot Sauce Hernandez. And that's about it for what you guys really care about. And if we go to our women's dev fed, AWQ. Ladies' night, yeah, you guys totally saw that. So really quickly show, we had Tracy Taylor defeat Trinisha Biggers, Annette Blanchard, and Ashley Lane. So some new women's signings making their debut. We had Kara Slice and Portia Perez defeat Amazing Kaga and Smalley against some new signings. And then Carly Chambers, Amy Sakura, and Ariel defeat Madison Eagles, Michelle, and Madison Sinclair in a main event. Fun stuff. Then we go to the HWA. They had their weekly show. Let's see here. Anything really of note. Sean Devore, Dustin Lee, and Aaron Stevens beat Mustafa Ali, Drew Onyx, and Silas Young. Interesting stuff. Jorge Estrada defeat Alex Shelley to retain the TV title. Shelley should probably be moved to OVW. Ty Thomas and Billy Real defeated Corey Castle and Adam Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs retaining the tag titles. And then Ray Steele defeated Danny Basham. Good stuff. Then we go to OVW. For the weekly loop, we had, let's see here, Rory Fox defeated Ron Morrison. Riptide defeated Lizzie Borden, still. Danny Dorn defeated Joey Ryan. And let's see here, anything on the Saturday show. Survey says, Catherine Mendoza defeats Sarah Nelson, so two regens who are both not that great. Mendoza's a little better. Joey Ryan, BJ Payton, Isai Dragon, and BJ Whitmer. Riptide defeat Miss Natural, and Danny Dorn defeat Rip Baker. So there you go. Fun stuff. And then now I'm getting around to what I showed you guys and what I haven't. So let's go to the news. As is tradition here. So, okay, since last Revolution, which is a lot of stuff. All right, so. I mean, FIP had a show. Micropod defeated Scott Studd. Adam Ortiz defeated Mustafa Said, and that's about it. Dome show, which I showed you guys. IDWA had a big show. El Condor defeated Prairie Saturn. El Nady defeated Tony Kazina. D'Lo Brown faced Ernest Miller. And the Harris Bros defeated Major Stash and Hernandez. So there we go. We're old wrestlers. We're old WCW roster members go to die. And that's WC had a big show. 2,000 people. Lex Luger defeated Jesus Giles Jr. retained the WC Universal Heavyweight Championship. Marcus Bagwell and Fidel Stare defeated Thunder and Lightning. And that's really it of things that really care about. So yeah, sort of a slow start to the year since the other Japanese shows, companies aren't really going on. But yeah, that's it for now. We're moving on. Next show will not be WCW. It will be, Impact, as I'm, booking the first show of the Triple H / Paul Levesque era. And they don't have TV, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, then it'll be, back, the go home shows for Clash Champions, and I'll continue to be putting up awards. After this Tag Team of the Year is up, as you see this, and then Women's Wrestler of the Year, and then after that it's the various other stuff: Face of the Year, Heel of the Year, Angle of the Year, Match of the Year, who knows what else, all sorts of fun stuff. But that's for now. If you enjoyed this, go to give it a like, comment below what you're liking and not liking, and of course subscribe to the channel for plenty of TEW 2020 content and other stuff that might pop up. That's for now. Talk to you later. And adios. Have a good one.